Welcome. Today we're going to discuss the technique Gift of Destiny, its execution, some of the things that can go wrong during its execution, and things that you should know about the technique in general. So let's start out with the ideal phase. This is of a handshake. Now keep in mind, anytime we're dealing with handshakes, we're not really concerned about the handshake itself, but the potentials of what could happen, which would be his left hand in this case, coming in to hit me, right? So this is typically a gotcha sucker kind of move. They could be pretending, okay man, you're right, and bam, there comes the hit. So we have a technique, Gift of Destruction, where we're basically working on canceling the debt by pulling them. This is the opposite of that. We're going to cancel the debt by us stepping in and hitting them with the elbow. So if you notice, that's the idea of the technique. So let's talk about what we're doing with the left hand, then we'll switch sides so you can see what we're doing with the right. We have a general rule that says don't touch what you can hit. So I don't just want to come up and grab his wrist. I want to start getting his mind of the grab and potentially punching me by going, hey, right, and then that's the effect you're going to get. You go, hey, what happened? I grabbed him and I got shocked. You know, there was a little thing. So you hit with your middle knuckle or all four, whatever you want. Remember, there's a lot of little bones here, so it doesn't have to be that powerful. Then I grab, establish my base. Rule number one is I hit with the elbow. So let's switch places. So once again, I want to hit. Now the ideal face does the elbow to the sternum because we're assuming that they haven't started the punch and that we're beating them to the punch. No pun intended. But a way to compensate for that is to go off the line and try to cancel the depth and the width at the same time. So I will be hitting more towards the side. Now keep in mind, something that can go wrong is what I just did, where I put a lot of backup mass into this and I send him flying. Then I'd have to do something else. So this is controlled. I want to think of this more like a cross-body check, where I keep them where I want. This technique deals a lot with contact manipulation, so that's one of the reasons we're grabbing, is so I can third hand him so he doesn't go flying away. So I want to hit and control and keep him tight against my body. So the next thing that's going to happen here, and I'm creating space so you can see it, is I want to grab his wrist or his hand. The way I did that, if you notice, is I unanchored my elbow, which is a problem because it creates a pass line, he gets out, and now we're back into a fight. So what we're going to do to compensate for that is as I lift my elbow up to get, I'm going to use the elbow as a strike. So notice I'm keeping him busy, I hit him, and I get the hand. So the next thing you want to think about is a circle. So we have one hand grabbing, the other hand grabbing, and we're grabbing across the knuckles by handcuffs. So you want to think between the knuckles and the thumb, that's where you want to grab. You're going to do a full circle to get the hands to turn over. Think of the Batman symbol. So once we're here, I want my left hand to go counterclockwise, my right hand to go clockwise until I finish the grab so that my hand is palm up, his hand's palm up, and my right hand's right by his wrist. So we're going to do that from the position, and we do this all as I step back and pull, just like we do Gift of Destruction. Again, same technique, but now instead of having my hand on the inside, my hand is on the outside. But this is essentially what I want to do. So I get him to lean back, and then I get him to lean forward. So notice here, against the grab, anytime you want to get out, you want to go towards the weakest spot. The way for him to do that is by bending his elbow. So I'm going to try to control it by hitting the wrist, potentially breaking it, and then controlling the elbow. This is a vertical version of snapping twig. Snapping twig, we do it horizontally. We're now doing it vertically. And we're doing it with the front hand farther, the front hand closer. So then from here, you have the end of the technique, which is a front kick. Typically, this is where we do our other finishes that we do in other techniques. We've already done those, so the idea here is just to do a snapping front kick. This can go anywhere in his center line. You can go to the face, groin, sternum, and you want to do it as a snap. Now keep in mind, just like spiraling twig, one of the things he could try to do here is to turn on me and come in with the back kick. Again, that's why I want to have this as a snap, so I can control the hip if I need to stop that rotation. Like most of our techniques, you're left in the middle of a fight for you to decide what you want to do from here. We're going to choose to just cover out and leave, but you can choose to do an extension or continue. It's up to you. So one more time, we start from the handshake. Remember, this is the opposite. We're going to be moving in to cancel him. I add the insert, control the wrist, hit, bounce with the elbow, grab. Let's switch places. Another thing that you want to think about is if the hand was farther away, I don't want to reach for it because I am creating the pass line. I want to make sure that my left hand is bringing the right hand to me. So once I'm here, again, the circle, don't lose contact. Remember, contact manipulation. Don't lose line of sight for this heel pump. Control the elbow so you can't unbend. Snapping front kick and then cover out if you choose. So a little bit quicker without the explanation. We hope this video helps you. Thank you very much.